Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is my review on the Vintner's Daughter Active Botanical Serum. As always, there will be markers in the description box if you guys want to skip ahead to any certain areas. We're going to talk about the ingredients, cost, and I'm going to compare it against some other oils that I have. I'm also going to be providing a little information on essential oils. A ton of you guys asked me to review this. I recognized the name, but I wasn't quite sure. I couldn't remember what the product was. So I went online and I searched the product, and I was unfamiliar with it. When I saw the price tag, I was like, okay, let's see what anybody has to say about this. And then I happened upon Caroline's blog. You guys know I love Caroline. I will link it below. And then I remembered that's how I had heard about the product, was from her. Caroline spoke highly of it, so I was very intrigued. Before I get into this review, just a disclaimer to start, this is a very expensive product. Nothing I ever discuss on my channel is a necessity, guys, so please don't feel bad if this isn't in your current budget. I'll be going through the ingredients, and what you can do is just pay attention to other products that you're interested in and see if there are any similarities, and then you can try those in place. I do get a lot of flack when I review expensive products. This was requested. It's not something I'm just pulling out of my butt to push on you guys. I typically review what is requested. I am in no way affiliated with this company. I'm like doing weird things with my eyebrows today. It's like the window is making me squint. Please do not ever stretch to buy beauty products. In my mind, the only way you should consider this product is if you're comfortable with the price tag. If it's something that makes you like completely uncomfortable, this isn't the product for you. Some people get really upset regarding more pricier products, and all I can say, guys, is that we all have different priorities. Some of you guys have beautiful families, and those are obviously top priority. Some of you guys are in school. It's not to say one set is good and one set is bad. It's just different, you know? For me, I don't prioritize buying like a $100,000 car. Even if I had the funds to do that, I would just never do that because that's a foolish waste of money for me. But I know plenty of people that love those kind of cars. A mutual friend in the beauty business introduced April and I know that my friend had used this serum, and I asked her if she thought it was worth it, and so she just made introductions for us. And then April offered to send the first bottle out for me to try at no cost. I am not affiliated with this company, but I did receive the first bottle at no cost. This is actually my second bottle I ordered from Cult Beauty. I was in need of some more Emma Hardy cleansing balm that I love. The US Stockist Be Glowing that I was buying it from discontinued carrying it, so I had to order it from the UK. So they offer free international shipping at 50 pounds. So I got the second bottle and I got my balm. So I don't have any shipping information for you guys because international shipping takes a while. I will be ordering this in the future directly from the Vintner's Daughter site. And thanks to you guys, I did find a US stockist now for the balm, so I won't have to wait so long for international shipping. So I'm pretty sure the first bottle I got of this product would have kept kicking, except Keegan had this dry patch of skin right underneath his eyebrow, and it was like really flaky and kind of scaly. So I used this one night on it. I wanted to see how it would go. And then the next night, I didn't apply it. He did. And he kind of like dumped it in his hands like lotion. So we had to have a come to Jesus talk about that. Needless to say, I now keep my skincare locked up. No, I'm just kidding. I do keep it in a drawer, but now men have no idea. They're like, oh, I thought this was like $5 bottle of something. It's like, no. After 2 months of using the product, I reached out to April and I asked if I could interview her. She is up in Napa and I'm in San Francisco. It's only about a 45-minute drive from me. I had been using this product and I knew I loved it, but I really wanted to interview her and discuss with her why the cost is what it is. Sometimes, honestly, some of these like luxury products will just set a high tier price for that perceived value. And since I do work on the manufacturing side, I'm well aware of how expensive extraction processes can be and things like that. So I wanted to find out why it was what it was. And when we did sit down, her and I discussed more the business side of it, like margins. And if you guys aren't familiar, margins are basically like what percentage they're making on each product. And so say this is my product. Say I make this product and I'm selling it direct on my website or to consumers. I'm making whatever the full profit is, I'm taking that in. But say I want to take my product and Sephora has distribution for it. The reason you'd want that is because Sephora has way more stores than you likely have. They have a greater reach than you have, and it's prestige to be sold in Sephora. That opens up other doors. Say maybe now Nordstrom wants your product and Ulta wants your product, etc. Things like that. But what that also adds on is a third person to pay. So now I give this to Sephora. Sephora sells it to you. So Sephora wants to take some money from that before I get money on that too. So I was curious if it was more because of that or more just because of the cost of production. And her and I did go over it. And the reason it's not in Sephora or very large houses like that is because those houses demand high margins on their half. So you would have to up the cost. Where some of these smaller boutique ranges, you know, there's more leeway there. She would have had to up her price to make sure that she would have still been clearing her production cost as well as making a little money, and for a middleman to make some money too, if that makes any sense. I do know a lot of labs and factories don't even want to make a product this expensive. They try to cut some cost corners because they're afraid of the cost of production. So they'll say, hey, why don't we cut out this expensive ingredient, put a filler in, you know, no one will be the wiser kind of thing. April didn't want to compromise her formula. In that interview, you see April uses the example of olive oil, how there's different grades. You can get some less expensive olive oils to some really expensive olive oils, and that has to do with the purity, the taste, the olive, the extraction process, much like this oil. The example I use is wine. You can buy $2 chuck from Trader Joe's, or you can buy, you know, cake bread or a $150 bottle and upwards. While you're still drinking, there definitely will be a difference in taste and quality. If you haven't seen the interview, I will link it below in the description box for you guys to watch. So Vintner's Daughter is part of the green beauty category, meaning it's non-toxic, no harmful chemicals in there. I call it the earthy crunchy movement. I find it funny that I'm reviewing something though that I just got my hair done on Thursday. I have like orange, peach color, pinky hair right now while it's fading and a full face of makeup on. I'm not green, earthy, crunchy, but I like some products that are. So let's get into the basics of this product. What is this product? April developed this product while she was pregnant, and what she was looking for was a safe, non-toxic product that she could use while she was pregnant that was going to address her skin condition issues. When I first got this, I made the mistake of thinking it was just an oil because of the packaging and the consistency, but this product is so much more than just a regular moisturizing oil. This is kind of like a hybrid of a beauty oil and a serum in one. How much is this? This is $185 for 1 ounce of product, which again, that is expensive. April said in my interview with her that a bottle can last from 2 months to 4 months, depending on if you use it morning and night and how much you use. The packaging. I don't have the outer box that either one of these bottles came in because I keep a huge Sephora bag. One's actually in my hallway closet that I keep all the packaging. When I open up makeup, I just throw it in there because a lot of times the ingredients are on the outside of the box or the weight and all those things. So until I'm sure if I'm going to review it or not, I just put them in there. I also keep 2 small Sephora bags underneath my vanity for the most recent things that I've used up. But the one I had in the hallway, Keegan was cleaning up and he thought it was just trash because of a bunch of empty containers, so he threw it out. So I don't have either one of the boxes. I apologize. I will insert a picture right here of what it comes in. The packaging of this bottle is much like they made Lindstrom, which is also part of the green beauty movement, and it's in Myron glass, which what Myron glass is a deep blue violet glass, and it filters out UV light to keep the product stable inside, keeps from light breaking it down. It also traces back all the way to ancient Egyptian times, not Myron the company, but this kind of colored glass use. They used to put their perishables and things in there. Who is this product for, in my opinion? 30-year-olds and plus. I don't think a 20-year-old needs to be investing in a $185 serum. At that age, your best bet is to use something moisturizing and wear lots of sunscreen to keep damage off your face. Conditions this will treat: acne, rosacea, eczema, fine lines, wrinkles, discoloration, dryness. This will help with elasticity, radiant skin, plumpness, lots of conditions. Uses. This is directed to use morning and night, or just one or the other if you prefer. I only use this in the morning because at night I have a thicker oil that I like to use to kind of lock in my moisture while I sleep because my skin is dry. And since this is expensive, I only need to use it once a day for my liking anyway. So I am going to be filming an updated skincare routine, but real quickly, let me just tell you guys what I do. I wake up in the morning, I cleanse my face with a gentle jelly cleanser. I then come in my vanity room, I use my P50 acid toner. Then I go on, if it's dry, I'll use my CoQ10 essence, but If it's not, I'll just go on with my Drunk Elephant Vitamin C Serum, and then I go on with this. What I do is I put 5 drops in my hand, I rub them together like this, and then I press them into my face. I rub in the excess, and then I do this. And I breathe deep because I love that smell. It's such a nice way to start my day. Then I go in with my sunscreen on top of the serum. Then I go in with a little primer around the larger pores on my nose and my piercings, and then I put my makeup on. For me, this product has replaced 4 items. First, I was looking for a replacement for my Sunday Riley Artemis oil because this has been discontinued, and this was a perfect oil for underneath my makeup because it wasn't super heavy and my foundation wouldn't move around. This gives me that same effect. This also has one similar ingredient to this, which is lemon, which helps with clarity. It's a natural astringent. Next, it replaced for me my Cotyleal C15 oil. This is the closest one I have that you can buy at Sephora. I really still love this oil. I just like this better. It also replaced my MD Formulations antioxidant spray. This has also been discontinued. I can't find it anymore, and I'm getting all the antioxidants I need on this. I would always like a spritz of moisture, but until I find something that I like, I'm just sticking with this. And then also this replaced the brightening effect that I was getting from the Title Sunday Riley cream. This cream is $65. I did use it up because I did purchase it based on what the ingredients online listed, and then once I got it home and I was reading the packaging, there's fragrance in there, which is not listed on the website, which kind of turned me off, so I didn't want that anymore. So this has replaced all 4 of those products for me, which actually saves me $30 in the realm of things, but I'm also, you got to take into account, I'm not getting as much product, right? Because this was an ounce, this was an ounce, this was more. So I'm getting less product for $30 less, but it's less steps for me, which I appreciate. The difference you can expect to see while using this product. Okay, so if your skin is in good balance, like I've got my skin to a good place where my acid mantle, is intact. My skin isn't as dry as it once was. My problem areas, which are my chin and the cracks of my nose, have been just doing really well. I really don't get my makeup caking up and flaking off in those spots anymore. So you won't notice a huge difference because what more could it really treat? However, if you have skin issues that you're looking to treat, within a few days, you should be able to see a difference. A few of you guys have tweeted me on Twitter and even on Instagram, and I've gotten a few emails letting me know that you guys got this after you saw my interview and you've been loving the progress your skin has been making, and I love to hear that. Again, because I never want to recommend any kind of like crap products, or stuff that you guys get and you're like, I don't like it. Basically, what you're paying for in this product are 22 high-quality, pure ingredients, no fillers, that has an extraction process that does not compromise those ingredients. So like cold pressed, you're not going to get something that's been used a lot of heat and oxidized off all the good vitamins and minerals. The most important part about this oil is if you are sensitive to essential oils, this is not the product for you because it does contain several. If you're not sure if you are, I would recommend going to a health food store and buying an essential oil, test it on your wrist or even underneath your jaw here in a very small amount. If you feel itching, if you get any tiny little white bumps, abort mission, don't use this product. Essential oils in certain circles have a really bad rap. I think a lot of it stems from Beautypedia, Paula's Choice, so I just want to quickly address those concerns. I've been using essential oils on my skin for about 5 years now, and my skin has never been better. This Thursday, I will turn 35 years old, and my skin is more radiant and more healthy than it's ever been. There's something that some people will say, oh, well, it's doing damage, you just can't see it. It's like, well, after 5 years, if it still hasn't shown up with daily use, I've got to question, what will it not show up in another 100 years if I'm dead and then it starts having issue? I'm cool with that. The studies that Paula's Choice's team cites in their arguments against essential oils is based on a study that was done showing essential oils can kill cancer cells. What they're concluding from that is if it kills cancer cells, it's killing cells in general, and that they're causing cell death. The issue is those tests are done in vitro, meaning in cultured cells. They're not done in vivo, which is in a living being. There is a vast difference between in vitro and in vivo. There are a lot of things at play in a living organism and cells, and this is also being applied topically. This is not being ingested or injected. And just to give you some kind of gauge, if you culture cells in water, they die as well, and we know that water is good for us. Everything in moderation. None of these oils oils are in 100% concentration. It is a blend. I'm going to link some articles, medical journals below that will give you guys some more information on this. You know, a lot of people, I see them say like, oh, nope, it's essential oils in there. I don't want anything to do with it. And I ask them, have you ever tried them? I just think with a lot of things with like formulation, let me give you my definition of a fragrance. To me, a fragrance is something that's added that has no benefit for the skin. It's just for scent. That will be labeled as perfume or fragrance on your skincare. To me, an beneficial ingredient that happens to have a scent, I'm good with that because the good outweighs the potential harm. If you are sensitive to fragrance, using products that contain it will cause collagen breakdown on your face. It's a constant irritant. And that goes for anything that irritates your skin. If you use it over and over, you are causing damage to your skin. Essential oils to me are like peanut allergies. They're only bad if you're sensitive to them. You know, there can be arguments made that they've been used since ancient times, but then I can rebuttal, you know, well, in ancient times they used to cover their face in lead paint, so they weren't exactly, you know, dialed into what was safe and what wasn't. There are some essential oils that are photosensitizing, meaning if you put them on like lemon and then you go out in the sun with no sunscreen, it can cause irritation. I wear sunscreen every single day on top of this. Now on the screen here, guys, I'm going to get into the 22 ingredients that this features, and I'm going to talk about some of the benefits of them. I'm also going to mark on the screen ones that can cause potential irritation and issue if you are sensitive to them. There are some that are carrier oils as well, which I will touch on. And then after this, I will show you some oils that I really love that share some similar ingredients with this. None of them come close to having the 22 ingredients or half of them, but what it will let you do is kind of get a little taste for some similar effects that you can expect if this isn't in your comfort zone. There are 22 ingredients to cover, and so many of these ingredients are so much more complex than just the surface I will scratch. So I will link them as well below in the description box, and if you guys want to search up on what each ingredient does, just highlight them in Google. Let's get into it. Real quickly, let's just touch on the difference between essential oils and carrier oils, as I'm going to have them labeled in here. Essential oils are volatile, which means that they evaporate rapidly and contain the natural smell and characteristics of the whole plant. This makes them too strong to apply undiluted. Carrier oils do not evaporate or have a strong aroma, making them perfect pair for diluting especially strong essential oils. Carrier oils are vegetable oils derived from the fatty portion of a plant. They're usually from seeds, kernels, or nuts. First up on the ingredient deck here is grapeseed oil, which is a carrier oil that we just discussed. This does have antioxidant properties, and it is a dry oil, so it isn't very greasy on your skin. It is a natural astringent. It is a great oil for acne-prone skin. Next up is hazelnut oil. This is an oil that is rich in leolinic acid, and it strengthens skin elasticity. It has a really small particle size that allows it to penetrate deep in the skin. This is another oil that is known to be good for oily skin since it has natural properties to help balance oils in your skin naturally. Next up is bergamot, which is an essential oil. This is a citrus-based oil. This one inhibits melanin synthesis and it lightens and brightens skin. Make note that this is a photosensitizer, meaning if you wear this out in the sun with no sunscreen, it will cause irritation. This oil also has been known to have antibiotic and antiseptic properties. Anything that I have listed as essential oil in the top here, guys, is the ones that you might want to keep an eye on if you have sensitive skin. Next up is avocado oil. This too is a carrier oil. This oil is rich in fatty acids, omegas 3, 6, and 9. This is especially great for those with sensitive skin or with eczema. Next is marigold. Next up is marigold. If you have allergies to marigold, obviously this is not a product you would want to use. This is credited in ancient times with being a skin healer and hormonal skin balancer. It also showed that just after 5 minutes of a 0.25% dilution, bacteria that is responsible for acne was completely destroyed. So again, this will be good for those with acne-prone skin. Next up is Rose Absolute. The difference between, essential oils and an absolute is kind of like an essential oil on steroids. It's even more pure than the essential oil. but I'm labeling it as one because if you have sensitivity to regular rose essential oils, you will definitely have sensitivity to Rose Absolute. I find rose especially good for those with more mature skin that are lacking hydration. Next is carrot seed oil. This is an oil that is rich in vitamin A, and it is supercharged cell regenerator for wrinkle. Next on deck is carrot seed oil. This oil is rich in vitamin A, and it's supercharged cell regenerator and a wrinkle reducer. Its ability to rejuvenate the look and feel of your skin is attributed to something called keratol, which is a primary component found in carrot seed oil. It has moisturizing vitamin E and protective vitamin C, which work together to help bring new life to skin. Next is evening primrose. This is a powerful healing and anti-inflammatory oil. It also acts as a skin balancer. This too is a carrier oil. Evening primrose is used to combat skin dryness and skin irritation. It's also great for eczema. Next is rosehip seed oil. This too is a carrier oil. This is an oil that uniquely targets damage and discoloration caused by UV exposure, so it's really going to target that hyperpigmentation you get. It's also high in vitamins A and E. It has essential fatty acids to promote elastin and collagen production. It's often used in creams and balms for stretch marks, burns, wrinkles, eczema, and sunburns. Next up is lemon peel, which is an essential oil. This is a botanical that inhibits melanin synthesis to lighten and brighten skin. I like this in my Artemis oil because it definitely adds some brightness to my skin. Next up is lavender oil. There are a couple different forms of lavender oil. This is the intermedia, or called lavandin. This is too an essential oil. This is credited with being a deeply healing and highly anti-inflammatory botanical. It also contains antifungal, antimicrobial, and calming properties. Next is an amazing ingredient. It's alfalfa. This is a great detoxifier. It's a very dense phytonutrient for cell regeneration. It also is high in many essential vitamins and minerals, including A, D, E, and K, and even the full family of vitamin Bs, biotin, calcium, folic acid, iron, magnesium, potassium. It has a ton of good stuff in there. Next up is nettle leaf. This is a botanical with maximum vitamin A and C content to combat wrinkles and sun damage. We know that I love vitamin C. I've been kind of lacking in my vitamin A consumption. This serum definitely addresses that for me. Next up is dandelion. If you are allergic again to dandelion, this could be an issue. This is a potent detoxifier with dense phytonutrient content for cell regeneration. This has all types of good minerals in there. It also has vitamin A, C, D, and B complex, iron, magnesium, zinc, potassium, manganese. Next up is frankincense oil, which is an essential oil. This is often credited with being the king of essential oils. It's said to help increase blood circulation, allowing serum to penetrate skin's layers. Frankincense oil is a powerful astringent, meaning it helps protect the skin cells. It can be used to help reduce acne, blemishes, and the appearance of large pores. Next up is neroli flower. This is an essential oil too. When you hear neroli flower, I previously never thought of citrus, but this oil does come from steam distilling the flowers of the bitter orange tree. It's said to help with acne and scars. It is the most expensive among the citrus essential oils. It takes at least 1,000 pounds of the orange blossom flowers just to make 1 pound of the oil. Next is rosemary, which is an essential oil as well. This is antimicrobial botanical that also helps reduce acne. It has properties to kill bacteria, fungi, viruses on the skin, which makes it ideal for those that have any minor wounds or burns or problem skin that's affected by dermatitis, acne, eczema, or psoriasis. Next is my favorite ingredient in any oil, which is sea buckthorn. This one is the fruit. You can get the fruit or the oil. They are very similar. This is a deeply nourishing oil that contains the entire family of omegas 3, 6, 9, and the rare omega 7. It promotes skin hydration, elasticity, skin regeneration. It even helps prevent acne. So if you have dry skin and acne-prone skin, this is a great ingredient to look for in products. My fresh sea berry oil that I love, this is the majority of what that oil is made of. Next up is turmeric root, which is another essential oil. This is a supercharged anti-inflammatory, skin brightener, and free radical avenger. This too is photosensitizing, so make sure if you go outside, you have sunscreen on. Next up is cypress, which is again another essential oil. This is an oil that increases blood circulation, it strengthens capillaries, and delivers oxygen to the skin. Next up is jasmine CO2 flower, which is again another essential oil. This one, there are a few different extraction processes that you can get. The issue with some essential oils that aren't pure is that they use chemical solvents, which trace amounts are left behind in the oil. This is not that. This is done with carbon dioxide, and it leaves no trace behind in the final product. It's the most expensive extraction process possible for jasmine. Last but not least is tamanu oil, I believe is how you say it, which is another deeply nourishing oil prized for its rich fatty acid content, readily available for skin's absorption, meaning your skin knows exactly what to do with these ingredients. It's not only a good product, you're paying for like the experience of it, like that luxury, same could be said maybe about shoes, a well-made product, sometimes you pay more for it. One may argue, and I question myself, how much of a good thing is too much? Like, at what point does your skin not even know what to do with it? I don't know. I can just tell you that my skin responds really well to this serum. So the oil that I would most closely compare this to would be the May Lindstrom, the Youth Dew. Now this oil is $120 for 0.68 ounces, and this one is $185 for 1 ounce. Next, I would compare it to the Codalil C15 Detox Oil. This is one of my favorite oils. If you're going to try one from Sephora, this is the closest match. This one is $52 for 1 ounce of product, and it shares 4 of the similar ingredients. This is a good one to get a test of at Sephora and try it out to see if you're sensitive to essential oils. Next up is Sunday Riley's Luna. This oil is 1 ounce for $105, and this one shares 4 of the similar ingredients of the 22 to the Vintner's Daughter. This one has some retinol in it, so this does do some different things. I do like Luna. If you don't use a prescription strength retin A or another kind of retinol, this is a great way to get into them because the oil will help soothe it into your skin without being really dry and flaky. Next up is Sunday Riley's UFO. This oil doesn't work for me unless I'm having blemishes for some reason, like hormonal on my chin or something. The salicylic acid in here is too strong for me and my dry skin. It makes my issues worse. This one is also 1 ounce of product for $80. Next oil is the one I would recommend to younger people, and even if you don't want to spend an arm and a leg on an oil, this fresh sea berry oil, the only issue I have with it is it does have added fragrance. I'd prefer if it didn't have any, but it is so low down on the ingredient list. It shouldn't cause issue for anybody. It's just a very basic, really moisturizing oil, and it contains one of my favorite ingredients, which is that sea buckthorn oil. That is just super moisturizing, lots of omegas in there. I think it's good for all skin types. Next would be Sunday Riley's Juno. This is my favorite oil from Sephora. This is also Sunday Riley's only oil that contains no essential oils. This one is what I use every single night before I go to bed. I put this on, then I layer my moisturizer on top with my sea berry oil mixed in. I love this oil. I will continue to buy it. This one is $90 for 1 ounce of product. And last but not least is Sunday Riley's Artemis. You can no longer buy this, so I guess it doesn't really matter. They discontinued this. I think a lot of the issue is people don't understand the smells of skincare. They think it should smell good. I look at skincare like medicine. It really shouldn't smell good in my mind. But I don't think enough people were buying this, so they said they discontinued this and Flora. And this doesn't have any identical ingredients, but it does have some forms of lemon in there, which the Vintner's Daughter has the lemon peel in there. So that basically helps with clarity, natural astringent, those benefits we touched on earlier. I do want to let you guys know that while I really love this Vintner's Daughter serum, this is not a one cures all product. Like if you're expecting to buy this and because of the price tag you think that this is basically like gonna wash your face, tone your face, moisturize your face, address dark spots, fine lines, and wrinkles, I can assure you it won't. To me, if you wanted to keep a very basic skincare regimen, you should cleanse, tone, Vintner's Daughter, if that's all you want to do. For me, at a very basic skincare level, I would have to wash, acid. I absolutely have to have an acid, Vintner's Daughter, and a moisturizer, and I could probably be good because the Vintner's Daughter does have some forms of vitamin C in there that I probably wouldn't need a dedicated serum. I just like the extra oomph, so I will continue to use those. If you guys haven't seen my video on facial oils, I will link it below. I would urge you to give that a watch. This product will work for all skin types, from oily to dry. A lot of times there's a misconception that if you're oily that you don't want to use oils, but it's actually quite the opposite. An oil can help bring some balance to your skin, and this actually contains some ingredients that are great for oily skin that will bring balance. You can buy this at many retailers. I will link it below for you guys so you guys can search. I did talk with April about a sampling program because I think since the oil is so much and it's online, not in stores, this is something that I think a lot of people need to try. The issue that she mentioned she was running into is keeping the product stable. What she could do is like those little foil packets, but it's trying to keep the air out of them. You'd have to buy a machine that could get the oil into the packets. I think that's something she's looking at in the future. And there is a website, I forgot which one, but I will link below, that will send you out a little sample if you'd like of the oil. So I do love this oil. I will continue to repurchase this. I would recommend this, again, if you're comfortable with the price tag. It is definitely not a necessity. Next video I have on deck for you guys is my Sephora buying guide. I know I need to work on that ASAP before the sale starts. Hope you guys found this review helpful. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time, guys. Bye.